Aragon is the single worst book to movie ever because it literally isn't even Aragon.
It's really not.
The only similarity that the movie has to the book is the name.
The name.
That's it. Actually, you know what?
Yeah,
Okay.
Percy Jackson's the worst.
Okay, I never even saw Percy Jackson because I could tell from the trailers it wasn't even close to the
Completely
book.
different plot line.
It
You know what's insane?
Nothing was alike.
There was a whole entire 2 chapters in the book about something about the St. Louis Ark.
Yes.
Something
Yeah.
like that. They have a battle on
They
it.
fought a Chimera.
They fought a Chimera on the St. Louis Ark.
Never
there
had
wasn't
any
even
clue.
Chimeras in the movie.
So in the movie, they were searching for 3 magic pearls that could teleport
Yeah.
you out of the underworld. And that wasn't in the book at all.
In that moment, though, that you're mentioning, even that was a huge plot point in the book. They had a meeting with a character and they established stuff, and it didn't exist in the movie. I wouldn't have known what.
I haven't
Also,
even seen
wasn't
Percy
the Lotus Hotel? Wasn't that in the 3rd book?
Yes,
and
it
they
was
put
the
it in the
third
first
book,
movie.
yes.
Yeah.
I didn't even bother seeing Sea of
No,
Monsters.
I
I was disappointed.
It was.
so much.
Aragon was so bad that they literally wrote out the other movies.
Yes.
You could not make the 2nd and 3rd books into movies because the first movie wrote them out.
It was so bad.
I went and saw that with a friend after having just read Aragon. We both had reread it for the movie because we were excited. I really liked the book.
Right, the books are great. I
Well,
love the
not all of
books.
the books are great, but
What?
Okay.
Brizinger is terrible. Brizinger is unnecessary. You can basically just write it out and just skip it.
You could.
And you'd be fine.
Okay.
But no, I think I agree, it's not a one-to-one transition, what about ones that have done it well? I would say The Martian is probably one of the
that's
best
great.
book to movies.
Yes.
I've never read the book.
The book is phenomenal.
The book is great.
But it's book to movie solid. They did some great stuff where scenes they had to take out, they didn't unwrite in the movie.
Yeah.
They just kind of glossed them in a way that referenced back but didn't necessarily say it didn't have it. It was just so well done.
Yeah. Really well.
One of the best book to movies ever.
Let me think of some other one.
A lot of them try to sometimes in
Hunger
books.
Games wasn't terrible.
Okay, thanks for interrupting me. But
Well, if Charlie was here, she'd love to disagree with that.
Okay, sorry, Ryan, you go first because I have a hold of.
all right, sometimes books are written a while ago and they have to be adapted into more modern situations to make it more appealing to the audience, and that happens a lot actually.
Yeah, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was a good book, not a good movie.
I didn't even see the movie. Didn't know. Yeah, right. But a lot of movies.
I agree.
try
You need to modernize them. You've got to switch it up a little bit and modernize what you're dealing with.
Yeah, the thing I was telling Terry yesterday is that at the same time you want to see, for example, Ready Player One coming out soon. He's I know this movie's going to be great.
It's gonna be so
and I was
good.
you can't expect it to be great because you're expecting to watch the book.
Yeah.
If you watch a book to movie, if you watch a movie that's going to be made about a book, you can't be watching it to expect it to be like the book because it's so unfair to try to compare a book to a movie because of all the complications that can go into making a book.
You're just going to critique it the whole time.
I agree.
Right.
I think you're right. And I think that's where a lot of this fight comes from, is everybody's always the books are better, the books are better, the books are better. Yeah, the books are also 4 times longer and have a lot more character growth and can go into a lot more detail and really get you invested in the universe and the world. A movie maker, a producer, a director, a writer in a movie does not have that kind of time to bring you in. They have a limited time, a limited budget. An author can write the most fantastic scenes in the world and it costs them no extra money than just describing the real world. But a director, that's millions and millions of dollars of computer animations and graphics to be done to make that look real. So there's vastly different constraints on each medium.
And then we have
you
intellectual property that you have to get stuff for.
Which, for Ready Player One is going to be an issue.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
It does. It looks good, but again, we can already tell from the trailers it's not going to be a one-to-one.
Tracers in it.
It's not going to be a one-to-one adaptation.
You really have to treat
Yeah,
books
Times, though.
and book movies as separate entities. You can't look at the movie and just try to compare it to the
What I like to see is that the spirit and the meanings and the messages of the book have made their way into the movie. And I think, to your point, Hunger Games, the first one at least, did a good job of that.
Yeah.
I thought Hunger Games did a great job of that. I thought Ender's Game did a terrible job of that. Aragon, just literally not even the same thing. It's not even the close to the same thing. And I won't even watch Percy Jackson because the trailer was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Harry Potter does an okay job at times.
It does.
The problem with Harry Potter is they kept changing directors, so some of them are better than others. 1, 2, 3, pretty solid. 4, it falls off. No, Goblet of Fire is garbage.
Whoa.
Rock scene in the middle. Oh my god, no.
You don't like the Goblet of Fire?
I love the book. The book is great.
Okay.
The movie.
The one thing though,
and then 7, it picks back up.
Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire thing?
All right, guys. That's the bell. Literally, we're just going to wrap it up with no transition.
All right, thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Thank you to our students today and to you for listening into the Student Economy Podcast. Executive Producer, Brad Treffler. Audio Engineer, Colton. Marketing and Promotion Specialist, Perry. Chief Illustrator, Steven. Assistant to the Chief Illustrator, Ryan. Music Producer, Alex. The Student Economy Podcast is a proud member of the VoiceHead Radio Network. Your voice is right here.